Welcome to the Sully Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it's your first time, welcome to the channel. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for returning. And hopefully this is another quality video that you will enjoy. If you didn't read the title, you just clicked on the video because of my amazing thumbnail making abilities. So you don't know what it's about. It is about this baby right here. Knob Creek 9-year. Alright, basically Knob Creek aged for 9 years. It is 100 proof, so one of the stronger whiskeys we have tried on this channel. Not the strongest, but one of the strongest. Obviously higher than your typical thing, you know. It is about $35 on average for the bottle. That's like what MSRP is, but of course with all the secondary prices and stores and taxes and all that, you know, $35 to $40 range is probably where you'll end up finding this bottle at. Much more than that might not be worth it, but we are going to find out right here. Now, the flavors that were designed into this bourbon, you have rich, you have sweet, you have full-bodied, and you even have almost fruity, okay? So it seems like a fairly basic bourbon, like, you know, woody, sweet. I feel like full-bodied and rich aren't really flavors as much as just describing the liquid. Obviously almost fruity. I don't know if you can even count that. Like, does that mean it's a little bit fruity, or like it's not fruity but like it's really close to being fruity? Who knows what almost fruity means. But there's only one way to find out if these flavor describers are accurate or not, and that's obviously try it for ourselves right here on the Sully Show. So let's bust into it and see how it goes. I do want to say the bottle's kind of, I mean, it's a little neat. It has Knob Creek small batch raised into the glass. You know, it's something a little different. The capping on it is kind of neat. It's like a wax cap, kind of like what Maker's Mark, you know, Maker's Mark idea, you know, wax cap, but obviously it's a little different. Got a little tag right here. Let's bust this baby open. Actually, it is a cork, so let's hear that. Okay. Not bad. It's kind of a long cork pull, I feel like. I don't want to like rip it and dump the stuff everywhere, obviously, but kind of, I don't know, normal size cork though, but pretty good cork sound. Just pour her up. Let's give it a smell first. You all know how this works. We gotta smell it. It smells a little ethanol-y, but not bad. You definitely smell the alcohol in there, but it's nothing terrible. Smells sweet, smells woody. I don't want to say it just to say it, but it does smell like a little bit of fruity-likeness. Okay, I don't want to say it almost smells like fruit, but there's definitely something in there that's like, is that fruit? You know? Who knows, I could be making it up. But let's give it a little sweet swig. Burn my lips. My lips are kind of chapped. So, kind of burnt my lips. The bite isn't bad. It's pretty much right there. You know, it's probably a little strong, but nothing terrible. If you just take a smaller sip, it'll probably be fine. But it is 100 proof, so you know it is a little bit stronger anyway. It's probably gonna have a little bit stronger of a bite. You know, it is what it is, but it's nothing terrible. See what the flavors. Definitely woody, that's for sure. That's the most powerful thing up front is wood. And it's not a bad wood. It's not a overpowered wood, but it's definitely woody and some solid sweetness on the back. But it's not too complex. There's nothing crazy going on here. It is still a fairly simple bourbon, which is my opinion, especially for beginners like myself and maybe some of y'all out there, is probably a little bit better. having a nice, simple whiskey, you know, where you can easily taste the flavors, you can start to recognize the flavors, start to build your chamber, your flavor chamber of memories and everything like that, without having too much going on at once. And it's easier to understand and really appreciate the whiskey when it's just nice and basic like that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It is tasty. It's nothing amazing. I don't know that it's, I don't know that right now I would say it's worth $30. I feel like there's definitely better things out there for $30. It's nothing special, however. It is good. It is enjoyable. Let's give it one more sip, see if we pick up on anything else before we go to the ice portion of our video. I feel like there's definitely something else in there. You know, it's predominantly wood, pretty sweet at the end, but there's definitely another flavor kind of sitting there. It's not quite pronounced, but it's definitely, I don't know if I'd say it's the almost fruitiness still. I feel like it doesn't really taste that fruity, but it's just something different. It might just be the wood coming out in a different way than normal, or, you know, however that works. There's definitely a very subtle third flavor in there, but I'm not quite sure what it is. But overall, it is a very, very good, simple, enjoyable bourbon. Okay, but let's put on some ice, let it cool down, let the ice work its magic, and we will be back right after this short intermission. And we have our iced down Knob Creek 9-year. Jump into it, see what has changed. I don't like that. So, it's taken away any feeling that it used to have. And now it just feels like any other normal liquid, like lemonade or water or whatever. So that's kind of unfortunate. There's no more sweetness to it. Pretty much toned that all the way down. It's only been on ice for a minute or two. It really has not been on ice for long at all. You can see we still got full cubes in there. You know, it's cold. Don't get me wrong, it's cold. But it's not like watered down a whole lot. And, so, you know, no more feeling. Sweetness is gone. That subtle third flavor is completely out of here. And that wood taste, there used to be a very enjoyable, rich type wood taste, I would say. Not like rich, like, you know. It wasn't a cheap flavor, is what I'm trying to say, basically. This is like cheap wood. Okay, like you go drink a basic whiskey. You know, take something cheap. Black Velvet, Evan Williams, Jim Beam, kind of. Not as bad as some of the other ones, but Military Special. Take some real cheap whiskeys. They're going to taste like wood. Okay? Most likely. Well, it's going to be a real cheap wood. Where at the beginning of the wood this Knob Creek tasted like was an enjoyable, complex, flavorful wood. Okay? Kind of like it's wood. But it's not just wood. It's wood that's been changed and molded and shaped into a flavor. You know, with the ice in it now, kind of just tastes like wood. You know, like they just took some wood, stuck it in there. That's the end of that. They didn't try. Okay. The ice, I hate to say it, but I don't want to say it at all, actually. I would love to say it. It ruined the whiskey. I'm not saying it's undrinkable, obviously. Not many things besides Johnny Walker have been undrinkable. And the Patron. Patron is pretty undrinkable. But it's not undrinkable. However, if you like your whiskey on ice, okay, probably would not recommend this one for you. This is definitely a drink neat bourbon. But it's also a very powerful bourbon when neat. You know, so, I mean, it's not a play around bourbon at all. It's strong when it's neat, so you gotta be ready for it. You gotta enjoy that. But on ice, it's just not that good. You're better off buying something real basic and just drinking that, saving yourself some money. And, you know, using the rest of your money to get some steak or whatever else you enjoy. So overall, I'm going to have to go 3.8 neat and probably a 2.5 on ice. Okay, so that is a total score 6.3. Okay, it's enjoyable, but it's not the best thing out there. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Follow me along the journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment on it, do all that wonderful stuff that you can help me out doing by just simple little clicks on your end. If there's anything that y'all want to see in future videos, any whiskeys you've been looking at, you know, can't quite decide if you want to get it or not, let me know what they are in the comments. If I can find it and afford it, I will buy it, put it up here on this channel, and give y'all my highly sought after opinion here. But that's going to wrap it up right there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to go check out some other videos if you haven't watched them yet, and stay tuned for some later videos to come. And as always, keep drinking. Cheers.